it's been a little while since I've done a talky video. Hold on, it's been a little while since I've done a video where I don't talk at all, which I quite enjoyed doing. And it's also been a little while since I've done a video where I sit down and talk and intercut it with bits of me skating. I think I just feel like it's time for a little bit of a post-summer reflection. In the last couple of weeks, I've just felt, I don't know, sad, best way of putting it. Not like big life crises sad, just, you know, self-indulgently, self-obsessed sad. I guess sad's the right word, but I mean, it's just like a bit of a pile up of different things, I guess. But the last like month, skating's been a bit high and low. I'm kind of feeling crap because at the beginning of the summer, I stupidly put in a video that I figured over summer I'd be able to get a long nose slide, fakie front shoves and fakie big spins. I'm not like mad about not achieving them, but I guess I don't feel like I really put in the effort for them. Like fakie big spins, I could basically say I didn't even try. Slapping nose slides, I had like a month where I was really on it, and then I got a bit bewildered because people around me were just like sliding them for days, and I was still just like knocking on and knocking off, and I got frustrated with that, and it kind of like sent me towards just focusing on other things. Fakie front shoves, I feel further away with those than I did when I first started trying them. I've had sessions here and there where I feel kind of like lonely on sessions. I think that's classic introvert stuff, where like even with a crowd of people you feel kind of lonely because you maybe don't connect with everyone in exactly the same way, or like you get in your head or whatever. And now we're like facing into autumn, and having had all this time to try and do things, now it's like I'm staring out the window waiting for the rain to finish, or going out in the sun and getting rained on after 10 minutes. So like, I'm not mad at autumn, but it's just, it becomes frustrating, and I find myself quite often within that, like paralysed at home, where I am literally like looking outside going, oh, is it going to rain? Is it worth me like putting all the energy into getting up, going somewhere, getting in the headspace if it's just going to rain on me? And then before you know it, you spent an hour playing video games and it is raining, but you could have been skating. I don't know, I hate that one. I hate paralysed by indecision. I think my brother called that. I had a really bad time at work at the beginning of this year, and right now you could say it's in a much better place, but that scares me because I might get complacent again. I'm back in the comfort zone. I'm not like massively fulfilled at work, but I also am a bit scared of asking for more responsibility. But I've never been good at that. I've always wanted people to tell me when I'm ready to like make a step up, or recognise that I'm doing good work and reward me for it. And I know work isn't like that, but that's, again, it's just sort of in my mentality. YouTube views have been sort of declining and were like really bad mid-summer, which I think was like in part like summer and everybody's just out doing rather than watching people do. Also, I read that the algorithm has changed a bit on YouTube, and like even your subscribers don't really get sent your videos sometimes if they haven't watched in a while. So like, while it's been this big plus that I've got quite a big subscriber base now, it's not like every one of them watches the video each week. I mean, I'm not really like counting on YouTube or anything, But I mean, anyone who's doing this knows that you do invest time in it. You invest your energy and passion into doing it. I always say, like, I want to do decent videos, not just to make up for my lack of skateboarding skill. It's like I've been talking about being a beginner for 2 years now, and a year before I even started doing videos. And I just feel like I am still a beginner, and I don't feel like I'm visibly progressing on measurable stuff. One, that's boring to edit, and so I don't know how you're going to feel watching it. Like, that's got to be boring as well. Appreciate anyone who's like still watching at this point in the video as well. I don't want my videos to be boring because of me. I don't know how I've ended up here anyway. YouTubing. There are really good vlogs out there that are put together so much better than this could be. And if there's one other thing that's really making me sad right now, it's like the very scary sort of social, political situation that's going on in the UK at the moment, and what seems to be actually all over the world. It's just making me really uncomfortable and nervous, and I'm worried that we're like going back to a kind of environment that I was used to in the 80s when I was a kid, which was like, yeah. I will say I can reflect on some positives for this summer. In terms of skating, I am more confident on the board. I feel like that's a bit of a soft payoff, but like, yeah, I mean, I love skating and I love being able to move around on the board and ride really comfortably. And the more I do that, the easier it's getting to do stuff that I already know. I feel good about where ollies are at the moment. I feel like I'm at a point where I should be ollieing up a curb, and I occasionally try, and I'm like over the fear more so. My skating's feeling good in general, despite the lack of measurable like trick box ticks. Those frontside 180s, even today, were feeling like I'm almost there, and I think part of those are me convincing myself that I am there, and so that I just go for it every time instead of half-hearting everything. And then this summer I sort of like got passionate about guitar again. I've always been okay, I've never been in a band, yada yada yada. I can't do solos, but I am playing guitar every day and I feel so good about that. Also, as a result of that, I've been going to see more and more live music and like really pushing what I do and trying to say yes more to gigs, because I'm a bit like, you know, I'm lazy is the easy way of putting it. And so this summer I've been to loads and festivals and stuff like that. That's really positive. Got a holiday booked for next year, which I'm looking forward to, and my girlfriend says like these things are important to have those like events to look forward to. My girlfriend's way more like experience driven than I am. I'm a bit materialistic. She's more like spend money on doing stuff and being somewhere. And that's another thing actually, is my relationship feels really good at the moment. I feel a little bit more dialed in, and I'm first to identify that I can be quite selfish, I can be quite self-obsessed, and I'm trying to balance the things that I'm like overly obsessed with, like whether that's guitars right now, skating, socialising. I'm trying to balance that with like work and being properly invested in my relationship, and you know, it's really important to me, but I'm lazy about it. That's all we can ask for, right? Is like to have balance. You can't get rid of the negative, but you can make sure you're aware of the positive stuff, and you know, you celebrate that. I just get frustrated at myself, and I forget how progress works. And in skateboarding, it's non-linear. You have a week or longer where you feel like you're regressing until you have a moment where it bursts and you're on an uptick again. So recognizing that is important. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, like you have those really negative times and then you look back and you're like, oh well, it wasn't all negative. There's things to celebrate. Anyway, thanks for listening to me go on. Thanks for watching. If you're a long-term subscriber, thanks for watching since, you know, day dot when I was getting 100 views per video and being super stoked on that. Yeah, thank you. Look, I'll bring another video next week, I reckon, 6 o'clock, Tuesday. It'll be different to the week before. I feel like they always are. I want them to be. Yeah, see ya. Decaf, by the way. Still not drinking caffeine. Right, done.